Hey Monarchs, today I want to talk to you about self-sabotage. I'm working with a branding company to rebrand the Monarch Effect, and they are coming up with these one-liners to describe exactly what it is that I do as an emotional eating company. And one of the lines that they came up with is that I save you from self-sabotage. And I thought, ding, 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 yes, that is what I do. Because we all know how to eat. We all know how to exercise. I'm sure, for those of us that struggle with our weight and emotional eating, have read every magazine, article, listen to podcasts. It's not a knowledge problem. What happens is that despite all of our knowledge, we self-sabotage. So I really want to talk about what is self-sabotage, why do we do it, and what can we do about it? And self-sabotage is simply being our own worst enemy and doing everything against our goal, against our health, against our happiness. It's making a decision in the moment that is not in our best interests, and that decision is emotionally based. And so self-sabotage is when we are making decisions based out of emotion, and generally not positive emotion, but around negative emotion that doesn't get us to a long-term result that we're looking for. It's very present-minded, but not in a positive way. And why do we do it? Well, there's a variety of reasons. One reason is fear, right? We fear failure. We fear success. We fear no longer having a reason for not changing our lives. I mean, a lot of us, our weight is a great excuse for not moving forward. Our weight is a great excuse to stay in a bad relationship. Our weight is a great excuse not to get in a relationship, not to chase our career that we want, not to chase a hobby. It's a great excuse, and that fear, right, allows us to continue to sabotage, so that way we have a really good reason why we're not moving forward in our lives. Another reason is that we just don't want to make the effort that it takes to look inward, to say, okay, you know what? I am going to sit with this emotion. I'm going to actually feel it, understand where it came from, let it go, and move on. Food is not going to be my centralized focus. Emotion is. Completely different focus. And a lot of times we use food to distract. And that's where the self-sabotage comes from. Ew, I feel hurt. I feel angry, frustrated, pissed. I don't want to feel those things, and so I'm going to turn to food instead. And because I don't want to feel those things, and I either feel weak because I feel those things, or I feel weak because I don't want to feel those things, and I know I'm avoiding them with food, I'm going to use food to fail. And so self-sabotage is focused really just on our response to emotion, whether it's a fear-based emotion or any unhappy emotion we want to avoid. And so the answer to that, the fix to that, is simply willingness. Willingness to think differently. Willingness to speak differently, and as a result, behave differently. So if I've had a really rough day, I've had a fight with my spouse, and I'm really pissed off, and I don't know how to resolve it, and I don't like how I'm feeling, and I want to avoid it, and my first thought is, I'm grabbing the damn ice cream. I want a new thought process to occur to you, and that will only happen if you have the courage to be willing to think differently. And so when you go to grab the ice cream, I want you to picture a humongous red stop sign. And in that stop sign, you go, whoa, okay, so what am I doing? Is that ice cream truly going to change what just happened? Is it going to alter that I had a fight with my spouse? Is it going to resolve the fight with my spouse? In 5 minutes after I eat this ice cream, is my life going to be all of a sudden better? Or am I simply sabotaging myself so I stay in this unhappy space, but at least I'm distracted from that unhappy space, right? New thought process. Instead of avoiding the emotion, instead of using food to distract, you're bringing yourself to the present and going, okay, you know what? I had a fight with my spouse. It's really upset me, obviously, because I'm reaching for the ice cream. But instead of giving into that and sabotaging all of my efforts, I'm going to sit with this. What do I feel? Why am I so angry? Because I'm hurt. Okay, I hate feeling hurt. I don't like this. But it takes courage and a willingness to sit in that hurt and be comfortable being uncomfortable until you can identify what exactly about that hurt me. What can I communicate with my spouse to resolve this? And focus on solution. Focus on true identification of your emotion versus avoidance with the food. You sat in traffic. It was a complete nightmare on the way home. You're now 30 minutes behind schedule. Your kids are running around going crazy. You're struggling to get dinner on the table. You're exhausted and you're thinking, oh my God, screw this. We're just getting takeout and I want comfort food. We're going for fried chicken and mac and cheese. That's self-sabotage. Stop, sit with the emotion. What are you feeling? Frustration. Okay, why? Because you sat in traffic. Well, that's over. Can you change that? No, you can't. Okay, what else is frustrating you? My crazy ass children. Okay, so what can you do about that? And the fact that dinner's behind. Okay, so can you order out? Yes. Will you feel good about fried chicken and mac and cheese? Is that going to make your frustrations go away? It's really not. It may bury them in food coma, but it's not going to make them go away. So what else can you order that you can feel good about? How can you take control of your children? How can you let go of the frustration of the traffic? But that takes a willingness, a courage to sit in discomfort and experience the emotion, identify it, dig deep and to understand where it came from and what you can do about it, instead of just saying fuck it and turning to food. Because it's that fuck it moment that is at the root of our self-sabotage. And so the true fix, the true solution to self-sabotage is courage and willingness to sit in an unhappy emotion, to identify it, to identify where it came from, and then what it will take to resolve it. And then being willing to do that instead of turning to food. And if you're willing to consider that, even just consider that, you will find that your self-sabotage tendencies will reduce more and more and more each week until you've got great control of it and you're seeing consistent results hitting your goal.